And joining us now is Jenny Billfield of the Washington Performing Arts. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's good to see
Well,
you.
talk about, I know you had a very robust season going on, and all of a sudden, everything came to a halt. So what's it been like for the organization?
Well, thank you for, first of all, for inviting me to join you today. I mean, indeed, like every other arts organization in this region and likely this country, we had to put a very quick stop to all of our programming for health reasons because our host venues had closed, but also because our artists were not able to travel. It wasn't safe for kids to gather in classrooms for our education program. So it was a hard stop starting the middle of March. And that meant, I mean, I realized at that moment, all of the programs that we set in motion over the course of a year or two had to be unwound. Donors who had made pledges for concerts had to be contacted. Ticket buyers were asked if they would convert their tickets over to gifts or to do refunds. And just the level of grief and compartmentalization in our community to sort of do what needed to be done while people were managing their own fears and health concerns and stress levels. It was a very challenging time. At the same time, just huge kudos to the Washington Performing Arts team for doing what needed to be done and being really good to each other. And I've seen greater connectivity with the arts organizations around this region as a result of it. Not that there's a silver lining in any of this, but really grateful that organizations have shown the best of who they are during the most difficult of times that they've seen.
And I know that when you set up these events, I believe if I'm correct, you had recently the Budapest Orchestra, and those things take a year or two just to kind of make happen.
Yes. Yeah, in fact, as we had planned but not announced our 2021 season, and it was full of blockbuster projects. We had a couple of orchestras visiting from Europe. We had the culmination of a big project around a reimagined version of Treemonisha by Scott Joplin with a new creative team. We had a centenary celebration of Hazel Scott with commissioned works and new collaborations. And all of those different things had to be pushed to future seasons because travel and further development on the projects was just not possible. In addition to that, there were a number of artists who just simply weren't able to travel this year, who we will present in a very different format next year. So a lot of juggling, rescheduling, hopscotching around to make things work. But yes, orchestras, choirs, we have 2 gospel choirs, and they can't be together in person for a very long time. So we've had to really cultivate the community of gospel singers through online approaches. I want our patrons and members of our community to know that their safety is paramount, but also that our mission is really important and that our mission can be expressed on a digital stage, on a live stage, in a classroom, and that actually the fact that we don't have a performance venue that we maintain means that we have that flexibility. So in this, this recent period of time, looking at how we express our mission and how we maintain connection to our patrons has been actually a creative process as well with our team. How can we continue to connect artists, audiences, students, and importantly, pay artists and teaching artists for the work that they're doing on our behalf? That's absolutely essential. We actually have deferred quite a bit that we had scheduled for next year, and we're focusing on a very different approach to our presenting, using a digital platform initially and building residency modules around artists, with the idea that we might phase back live attendance, but that we're not going to be reliant upon it.
So it sounds like the WPA will get through this, obviously.
My intention is that the mission is expressed in many different ways, and I'm grateful that our patrons and our team, our board, have been very supportive. We need all of that good energy and ideas to do it, and I appreciate yours.
Okay, Jenny Billfield of the Washington Performing Arts, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.